Hello, my name is Brittany Fischer, and this presentation is on the board game called Road to Riches that was created and designed by Anton Emon, Kaylee Rounds, and myself for GAM125 Fall 2017. To offer a brief premise of Road to Riches, it takes place in the land of Bexfar, where players can set out from various cities to claim the riches that await them at the Cave of Desperation, traveling through various regions to reach it. Up to 4 players can traverse the board at one time in one of 3 unique gameplay variations. Along the way, each player must collect resources, food, and treasure to keep their health up, as there are numerous dangers waiting for them in the wild of Bexfar and even in the cities. Let's start off with the basic before going into the gameplay. At the start of each turn, a player must give up 1 food ration, or else they will lose 1 health piece instead. If a player runs out of either, they must return to the nearest town and lose a turn to replenish their stock of food and health based on their stat card. The player will then roll the 10-sided die and move the appropriate number of spaces. When landing on a space, a player must draw the appropriate card, whether it be an event card, a treasure card, a resource card, or a town card. Battles can also be triggered after a player moves in the event that they land on the same space as a player, or within 1 space of another player. I'll discuss the battle system a bit later on, though. For now, let's take a look at the board. This is a zoomed-out overview of the Road to Riches board mat. There are many different aspects to the mat, including the board game, player mats, 5 decks of cards, various mats for game pieces like food and health, and the rules displayed at the bottom for easy viewing. I'll start some gameplay while I go into greater descriptions. Here we see Kaylee, V, which is Anton's gamertag, and myself about midway through a game. The first thing I'd like to point out is the player mats on the right side, where the character cards are pre-laid out at the beginning. From top to bottom, we have Rowan the Bone Crusher being played by Kaylee, Arabella the Innocent being played by V, Leo the Insightful being played by myself, and Duchess Eleanor, Rose of the Court. The tan spaces next to the character cards are the player mats. On the player mats is where the players can store their food rations, health, treasure, and resource pieces. Rowan, as you can see, only has a knife resource, while Arabella is racking up the health points, and Leo is hoarding his treasure. Next to that is the 3 main card piles of event, town, and treasure cards, and their discard piles. At the bottom are the rare cave cards and resource cards, along with the resource pieces. The actual board game occupies the top left corner. Now to the shining moment, how to actually win the game in the 3 variations of light, normal, and extended play. Starting in normal play, players gather as many resources as they can and journey to the cave. Upon reaching the cave, they must draw cave cards and give up what the cards say to try and gain the treasure. Only 4 cards give the treasure, so the players had better be prepared to give up a lot of resources, or else they will be sent back to West Welton to gather more resources and try again. However, after gaining the treasure, the fun does not have to stop there. In extended play, players have to chase the treasure bearer and battle them for the treasure before they reach Norcombe, with some special rules in place. Jumping to light play, the players have to start in the city of Norcombe instead of choosing between the other cities of Barvanans, Beyondbury, and West Welton to start in like you can in normal play. From there is a race to reach the cave, and resource cards can be ignored as you do not have to trade any resources for the cave treasure. Just have to be the first one to reach it. The last thing I want to discuss is the battle system. In a moment, a battle will commence between V and myself, or between Arabella and Leo. When a player chooses to battle, each character has a max roll they can do. For Leo, his max attack is 6, and for Arabella it is 7. If either player gets a number that is higher than their attack allows, they have to re-roll until they get a number that is within their attack limits. And you will soon see, Leo originally rolled an 8, so he has to re-roll and unfortunately got a 2, while Arabella got a 3. Because of that, Arabella was able to take any item of Leo's, and Leo would have had to give up 2 health pieces if he wasn't already at 0 health, so Leo got sent back to Beyondbury to stock up on food and health. And that's all I have for a basic rundown of Road to Riches, the Greedy board game. If this video has piqued your interest and you want to try it out with your friends, you can email me for a free table to try it out. The game is ever changing and we have a lot more planned in the future, so check back and see what updates we have released or are currently working on.